Hello, everyone. Welcome to a tea with Trina. I'm having ginger tea today. It's also having ginger tea. This was impacted by cold season, caught a little bit of a cold, and so I'm going to have this tea as we talk. But I wanted to hop on today and talk with you about this is the season to reimagine. This being a season of checking in with yourself and being intentional. And so I have my notes here, and I'm going to talk about this tea with Trina with you today. I'm excited to be on and talk with you about this today. I also feel like in my mastermind group or my mastermind sessions, we've had some really good talks about intentionality and being intentional and what that means. And we're taking some time, I think, to really dig deep on development of those intentions that we have, what we are dreaming about. So this is the season and the time that we're doing it. And I thought, oh, let me should do a little share with you all for Tea with Trina today. And so I want to talk about it, this being the season to reimagine. And this tea does have a touch of honey in it, I should say. And I did spill it too. So spilt it kind of on my desk and I cleaned it up. So I'm hopping on now after that spill and after cleanup. But I want to talk with you about this is the season to reimagine. And we're moving into the holiday season. And today I want to invite you really into a different kind of conversation, one that's a little bit more intentional, a little bit more quieter, yet deeply impactful and deeply powerful. The thing about it is that I get a sense, and it's not like this everywhere in the world, but in a number of places, when you're building or growing something or working, there may be some uh, feelings of needing to rush, needing to finish, needing to push through to the end of the year, needing to hurry up and get this project done. And I'm wondering if this season is actually asking something else of you. If this season is asking of you to take time to reimagine, right? Because I believe that it's not really about hustling harder. It's not about trying to cram more onto your plate, but it's really about taking a pause long enough to ask deeper questions about where you're going next. I like to encourage people to take a look at what's worked for them and what's happening in the now what's going on, and then what next for them. And I want to, there's like, I'm trying to slow down my mind too while I'm sharing with you because there's like so many things that are popping up for me to share with you. But I'm going to slow down my process and also encourage you to slow down yours in the season of thinking about what's worked, what's good, what do you want to imagine? Because I know that when you're at a phase of growth, in each new phase of growth, either if it's personally or professionally, it actually requires a new way of operating. Because what got you to where you are right now generally is not the same thing that'll always get you to where you want to be. I do believe that we can pay attention to things that are has worked for us in certain ways. I talk about like building your recipe for success. And I think there's a certain way to go about doing that based on things that you've activated or achieved previously. But I think that when you're looking to grow in a different way or activate in a new phase, sometimes that is something else that's necessary to help you get to that place. And that's really about expansion. Okay. It's about expansion. It's about taking a look at that and what that looks like. And many of the people who I work with, who are leaders, creatives, entrepreneurs, they're standing at the edge right now of their next phase. I've had these conversations with people that I work with as of late, of them standing at that edge of their next phase, and they're they know that they're like meant to create something meaningful. And they've done that, but it's like a next level up. So they've built meaningful work, right? They've proven that they can do it, but things are feeling different at this moment. and for me sharing with my clients and learning from them. Things are feeling really deeply different at this moment. And sometimes that can feel heavy. Sometimes they can feel disorganized. Sometimes they may feel overextended, right? Of having expectations of them, not only from the things and the work that they're doing, but from family, right? Commitments. And they feel overextended in that. Or sometimes it may be within work, there may be a little bit of a misalignment. Okay. And it's not because they're doing something wrong. No, it's because they built their systems for past versions of themselves. Like their current systems worked for who they used to be, right? It's not working for who they are now and where they're looking to go to next. And in this season of taking this reflection, right? Stepping into the holiday rhythm of slowing down, reflecting, it's really the prime time, right? To reimagine how you want to move forward, like what you want to activate, okay, in this season. And I think it's really important to think strategically and reimagine strategically, and you can do that by asking yourself a few questions. What is it that I want to create, right? What really deserves my energy right now in this moment or in this next year? What needs to be simplified? What systems are like no longer working, or supporting my capacity or supporting my vision? Where am I leading from habit instead of intention? That intention, leading from intention, is so key to the next level. And what would it look like to build a business or a life that supports me, not just demands of me or demands my time? And this is the moment where vision and operation, this is like they come together and they're meeting, right? And this is the time for that. And I want you to know that growth without strategy definitely leads to burnout, right? And strategy without vision is like, nothing's there, right? To really step out on. And so you do need strategy, you do need vision. And true expansion happens when you're aligned with who you are becoming and how you're operating and having like that, like really strategically laid out. And I want to share this, and I want you to hear me very clearly when I share this, is that you don't step into the next phase by accident. You step into the next phase by creating, by design, right? And the season is not asking you to have all the answers. Mm-mm. No, what this next season is asking of you is that intentionality, is clarity, and focus. So I want to encourage you to create space for that. Space to take time to really take a look at the whole picture. You can zoom out and take a look at what it is that you are wanting to create in this next season. Take a look at what's been working, what's not working, right, and what needs to shift. You can reimagine the structures, the systems, the offers that you want to create in a way that honors you and honors your growth, like what you're stepping into. So if you're feeling that nudge, in that sense that something needs to shift and that something needs to shift before the new year, I want you to trust that, because the nudge that you're experiencing right now is it's wisdom. It's wisdom, and that's exactly how I support my clients through the work, right? Of helping them with that nudge, what's nudging them, and helping them move forward. So if you're ready to step into your next phase with intention, I do offer two beautiful ways of working with me. It's my Ignite Your Worthy Dreams one-on-one process. And this is for the leader or the creative who knows that they have a deeper vision, a deeper calling, and they want to create alignment. They want that clarity. They want to be grounded with a plan to bring that vision to life. And so we do one-on-one work weekly or bi-weekly in this process. The other way of working with me is with operational and business strategy support. And this is for entrepreneurs who are ready to refine their systems or create a system, streamline their operations, and design structures that support their growth. And I want to be very clear that it is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with intention, with clarity, with focus. Okay. And so as this year, I mean, We will do another Tea with Trina next week, but we're coming to a close this month of this year, right, of 2025. And I want to invite you to resist pressure to rush, to resist the pressure to hurry. But let this be the time and the season that you slow it down, reflect, reimagine, and really design your next chapter. Design it with intention, design it with care, right? Design it with thoughtfulness. And I want you to know that when you, in this year, right, it's really important about how you end your year, right? Like the tone you set up for yourself. So think about that. What kind of tone do you want to set at the closing of this year? What tone do you want to have for the beginning of the following year, right? That starts it off in January. So really think about that. Set that for you, right? Ask yourself the questions that I talked to you about earlier in this live and take steps to create with intention, right? To reimagine in this season. This is your time, and I want to encourage you to do just that. So thank you so much for being here and tuning in for this Tea with Trina. I'll be on next week for another beautiful share, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.